Fee, if that was Home Alone, I'm telling you, Macaulay Culkin's in a lot of trouble. How the devil is everybody? Are we okay? I think that was, I thought that was hard tonight, but Carl, you've done it again. You managed to get, I gave it you. Well, as soon as you got Bourne, everyone was going to jump on it and it's going to name every Bourne film going out. But, yeah, it was the Bourne Identity, the first one, which I haven't seen for a while. So, but well done. I'm starting to think that I could actually just put a random scene, not even related to the film, perhaps just the square of a corner of a coffee table and you're going to get it. So, I don't know how that's going to work. And look straight on it tonight. Hello, Christian from Grantham.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now, let's get cracking.
I haven't even got my headphones on and I can hear that from down below my desk. But quite a Born-free. Yeah, you're watching the wrong films, Mrs. Welderwayne. They're all nice. You're watching too many nice films. Born-free. She spelt born wrong as well. Say she's a teacher. Come on. Born-free. As free as the wind. You must have seen Born-free, surely. Everyone must have seen Born-free. Am I the only one? I don't know. So, I am running a poll at the moment. In chat, I have put a link to the straw poll. Now, if you are on the internet or phone, click on that. It's probably going to take you straight out of YouTube and you have to come back in. But I'm pretty much at a loss of what I'm building tomorrow because I was meant to be building the Zero Fighter, but nothing's turned up. So if it turns up tomorrow, then I can get on with it, but I need something to build in the morning. So everything I've listed on that straw poll is basically what I've got to build. So I will do whatever the consensus is. So what's the time now? About 15:15. I'll have a look at that and I'll show you the results of that. So Elsa the Lion. Everyone remembers Born-free. It's about Jason Bourne and lions, Michael. You really do jump into these conversations at the most random times, don't you? And hello, East Midlands Train Spotter. How's it going? Ken Anderson. Thank you so much for that tip, sir. I will be putting it towards resin. Unfortunately, did everyone know there is like a worldwide resin shortage at the moment? I thought it was just affecting the UK, but it's in America as well. So I've ordered some resin. So I've got the test resin here, but I've ordered the other resin. It's not going to be here till the end of May, and that's you know, a tentative date. They can't promise me anything. And that's coming from Germany. So there you go. It's going to be fun though, because I am going to be doing this resin test. I'm going to start it tomorrow, film it tomorrow, and then the video for the jaws will be going up either Saturday or Sunday this weekend. But a couple of things are happening this weekend. Tomorrow, being the 7th of May, if you're watching, is my son's Jack's 21st birthday. So Jack's having a 21st birthday, not having a party because of lockdown, but I am doing something on Sunday with everybody outside, which should be fun. And they don't know what it is yet, but it is, if you're watching, Dungeons and Dragons related. So that's going to be fun. I think the old dudes will remember Born-free. That was around the same era as, do you remember The Gods Must Be Crazy as well? I used to love things like that. These were the old, were they 70s or 80s sort of like light-hearted, nice films? The Gods Must Be Crazy is a crazy film about a pilot, I think, from what I remember, chucking a bottle of Coke out the window of his plane. And these like tribal elders find it in a remote part of wherever they are and believe it's a gift from the gods. So they try and decide what to do with it or what it is. And yeah, it causes much pain and anguish, just this bottle of Coke. Good film. But yes, I love my Dungeons and Dragons. You're wearing the same shirt. Yes, I was building my... Look, I've got blooming dust on it. I was building the Ecto 1 today, which is why if you want me to build the Ecto 1 tomorrow, issue 23, I will do that. But there's a couple of things I want to show you first. So the first film, is going to hide your message, Dr. Mark, this is probably rubbed people up the wrong way, this one. We've got the response from Eagle Moss, if you haven't seen this yet, about the sticker gate. So... calling our Ecto 1 builders, thank you for your patience. I wanted to share with you the feedback that's been shared with me so far. Let me address each point raised. The sticker supplied in 80, there's been a miscommunication between our manufacturer and our building team. The communication previously circulated at the start of the collection was inaccurate, and 3 stickers have to be applied manually. So we've got issues 80, 91 and 102. So I'm guessing that's the left door, the right door and perhaps the back. Affixing them should not be fiddly though, and we're working on supplying a detail guide on how to position and apply the decal. We should be able to circulate this by the end of the month. We have corrected the issue for the future. and they are confirming that the logo size is correct. Well, I watched the film today, and about the sticker quality they're talking about. I watched the film today, and the sticker's definitely smaller in the film. It's definitely in the wrong place. I've put it in the wrong place. It's higher up on the door, and they've got it a lot lower down. Not really too worried, because that sticker was actually a lot better quality than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be like a Panini football sticker, like paper, but no, it's exactly like vinyl. The only difference is it's got a sticky back. So if you can imagine a vinyl slide decal with a sticky back, that's what the sticker is. The technique that I used to put it on has worked absolutely perfectly, and it can come off quite easily as well. So a little bit of heat on that, and I'm peeling that thing right off. So when there is upgrades for that, I'll be putting that on. But the door is, well, I can't fit it up there at the moment, so it's actually behind the Cobra there. I am running out of spaces to store things. So I don't know what your thoughts are about that. It is what it is. So, and I mentioned that in the last stream. So it doesn't look too bad. You saw that in the video today, but it is too big and it is in the wrong place. But yeah, I mean, it was mentioned in issue 1, and we're now notified it in issue 80, over halfway through the build. So I'm wondering why that wasn't brought up earlier. That's there you go. You're very worried about that sticker fading. I'll be airbrushing mine on, I think. It seems good quality, but if you saw the other day, I matched it with the stickers that we got from issue 1. Was that the last Tuesday stream, or was it Thursday? I can't remember. You got to remember the stickers that we got from issue 1 are stickers, so they are paper stickers. The sticker that we've got with issue 80 is completely different. It is like a decal. That's all I can describe it at. So I'll finish. You'll furnish me. That would be lovely, Ian. That'd be perfect. And I will give you the measurements for Jeffrey Fink's Thunder Road down there, so I can have my lightning going up the side. I still haven't got round to that. I've been so busy. If the patrons are watching, I've been doing the propeller today. So basically I've painted the propeller. That's all done. And then I've been setting up everything here for the vinyl pour tomorrow. This is only going to be a test pour tomorrow. Eric Lotan? Hi Wayne, how's the weather? There, nice weather. Still have lockdown here in Ottawa, Canada. It's super cold at the moment, super windy, and apparently we've got snow next week as well. So that's not good. And Gary, thank you, Gary. That's going to go to the resin fund. I'm going to wait for New Dan Masson to come up with vinyl paint masks. That would be pretty cool as well. I've got some masks here, you know. But if anyone wants them, you'll have to email me, and I think the first email I get, I'll send them to you. But I've got some. These are from Top Notch Models, and they are Spitfire masks. I think I've mentioned these before, but I'm not going to use them. But let me just get this out. There's all sorts of things in there with instructions how to put them on and stuff like that. But if you go over to the Top Notch Models website, but I've got masks here doing nothing. So if anyone wants them, don't at me in chat, because I'll lose track of things. But I'll send them out to the first person who wants to email me for them. Which I'm going to get the OCD now, because I can't get that back in the pack. There we go. That's cool. Mike Lane already has dry rubs available. And Lou don't think that will happen. Oh, bless. See, everyone's giving you jobs to do, Lou. You come on here thinking you have a nice, easy, relaxing night listening to me while I'm drinking Coke tonight. But everyone's giving jobs to do. So as I said, so it's Jack's birthday tomorrow. He's going to be 21. And I've also got a big happy 50th birthday to Chris. Chris, I don't know your surname, unfortunately, but you live in Ashford. I did say I'll give you a shout out tonight. Happy 50th birthday, sir. So that's all cool. The fine black line would be the devil to plot. Yeah, you tell me about it. What other things have I got to tell you? Dominic Sanzo, I received your package today from America. I didn't even realise D'Agostini had this, but got the Harley Davidson Fat Boy. Now, it's only something that you got sent by accident, so you thought you'd send it on to me, and it has got some parts for this, but I like the screw case that comes with this. Now, you know that I've mentioned how much I like the old chopper bikes, and I do like the old Harley Davidson brand. We've got a Harley Davidson shop down the road. Much to Mrs. Welder Wayne's enthusiasm and ecstatic pleasure, we can't go there, though, because I'm banned from even looking at motorbikes. So when this come, the whole idea was to tell Mrs. Wayne that I've actually pre-ordered a Harley. This is going to be part for the tools that are going in the box, and this is just a brochure for the new Harley that I'm getting. It didn't work, Dominic. It didn't work. Do you know why? She opened the package. So she saw the letter and she knew all about it. And the reason she opened the package is because, unfortunately, the reason it's taken so long is it got held up in customs and I had to pay a customs charge on it. You got to hate customs. Pain in the neck. But yeah, that's the closest I'm going to get to doing a Harley Davidson. But I really appreciate that, Dominic. Thank you so much. It's that little bit closer to having a Harley Davidson one day. Although Mrs. Wayne did say I can have one when I'm 80. So damn it, I'm going to make sure I live to 80 so I can at least ride one before I meet St. Peter. Mixed Diet Coke and Mentos. I did that in college once, but I didn't put Mentos. You know what goes better than Mentos, Leonardo? Smarties. Try it with Smarties and see what happens. It's eruption. There's no fooling that lady. No, definitely not. Right, I'm just going to switch cameras. I'm going to show you a couple of things. The first one is, this is the resin that I'm using for the test pour. This is Procast Mix. It's we get 770 mils in the resin, and we've got 230 mils in the hardener. And as you can see, the hardener is like a water, and the resin, if I swish it around there, is very viscous. So basically I'll be putting the hardener into the resin, mixing it, then pouring that into a third cup. I've got a whole load of cups here that we're going to be mixing that. I'm not mixing it by volume, I'm mixing it by weight, which is why I've got these tongue depressors. So I'm going to do a nice slow mix on it. And I've also nicked Mrs. Wayne's scowl, which, as you can see, I don't even think she's used. So I'm going to be doing it by weight so we can get this absolutely perfect. The other thing is that Jaws is painted. I think, Lou, you asked Phil if his one was painted. Well, I've painted mine to see what sort of effect it will have with the Jaws. I mean, with that sort of image there, that looks like the poster. If I could have a little swimmer swimming on top, that would be brilliant. But I've searched the internet for STL files and there's nothing. And basically, that, as you saw, is going to be going into this jar here. It's going to be sitting down the bottom. And the things that I'm going to check, I haven't put any PVA glue or any sealant on that sand. I want to know how the resin's going to attract to the sand. The resin's going to be poured slowly over Jaws' nose, so it's actually just going to droop in there quite softly, I guess, to stop air bubbles. And I'm only going to put about a centimetre layer in there, and then I'm going to build it up by a centimetre at a time. Anything that I don't use, let me just put this to one side again. Anything I don't use, the first mix, I'm going to mix 500 grams to start off with. I'm going to be getting the Jaws, which is on the floor down there. Oh, you can't see it, it's off camera, but I've got a Jaws on the floor down there. We're going to be filling Jaws up because I can't have a hollow shark in a resin pour because you just know you're going to get trapped air, and I don't know what that means. Is it going to float? Is it going to blow up? Or is that air bubble eventually going to come out and make a nice big speech bubble in Jaws' mouth? Can't have that, so I've got to fill up the shark. So that's what's happening with the resin pour. So that's going to start tomorrow, which should be fun. Once again, I'm just going to link the straw poll. What do you want me to build tomorrow? I'm just going to mute my phone. I normally do that before streams. Oh, it's Ian. Hello, Ian. I'll catch your message at the end of the stream. That's exactly. How much resin will you need a gram of hardener? How much resin would you need to use a gram of hardener? 1 gram. I don't know. It's 30%. This ain't maths class. But the tank, because the tank, now the base, you saw me make the base. I made an edge for the base so no resin can go underneath it, and I've sealed all that. We've got a solid block. So we've got about, I'd say, a 3 centimetre base on it. Now I'm not using the top of the tank, and you're looking about 10 centimetres. I'm not looking. So the pour, theoretically, is going to be about 20 litres. Just a little bit more than 20 litres. It's going to be a lot less than Phil's using, I believe. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I'm looking very excited to it. It's the first time I've used resin. So you just know this is going to get all mixed up in this test. But that's what tests are for. You should do it in a plastic glass and give us all a laugh. John, I'm mixing it in a plastic glass. Because it's not going to be in there for too long. So I'll put it in plastic. It's going to be fine. It doesn't get really hot for a good, like, well, it'll be well out the glass before it starts to get hot. for all intents and purposes, it's just going to be like a liquid. So, but I got they're disposable, but there's no measuring on there. I'm going to do it all by weight and see how it goes. How can we get the Model Designs organizer? At the moment, you can't. This Getaway, I said they went out of business about 5 months ago. They did get back in touch with me about 2 months ago to say they are going to start up again, but I haven't heard anything, and I really do need to email, but it's been such a busy week this week that I haven't done that. Howard, from all your resin pours, I've seen they pour a very thin layer over the diorama, and then they let that cure slightly, then the heavier pours. That's a good idea, Howard. I think with the base, I think if I just do a little tiny sort of like flat layer on that first, so any air that may be trapped in that sand or underneath that base or anything comes up, it's not going to make a whole lot of difference. I mean, I do want some bubbles in there. Having water without any bubbles is stupid, but I don't want hundreds of them. And then I want to inject bubbles somehow above Hooper's head. Don't know how I'm doing that, because you've got to be very gentle with a syringe to just dot bubbles in there. Then you've got to hope when you take the syringe out that the track that the syringe made gets filled up with resin. I don't know if that's going to happen. Mrs. Welder Wayne came up with a good idea. She said to use silica gel. You know, the stuff you get in cameras and stuff. Break it open. They're all sorts of different sizes, and sprinkle that in there as the layers go up. And I suppose that will look like bubbles. Don't know. We'll have to see. Vincent says hello. Oh, excellent. I can't wait to see the pictures of that. Now, today we're looking at light bleed. Someone asked me, David Palmer, thank you so much, David. The resin's quite expensive. Just so you know, the resin is costing me for 6 kilograms. No, wait, I'm lying to you. 12 kilograms. 12 kilograms is costing £110. So it's going to be, I'm going to get 24, even though I don't think I'll be using that. So we're looking at about £220 that I'm spending in resin. But again, it's not going to be here till the end of May, so it's academic at the moment. Anthony, you've got the electrics in your man cave. Still a long way to go. Hoping to finish by the end of the year. I am getting tempted to start moving things around again. We'll have to see when that happens. If you're using a syringe, go for a very small volume. Something. Dr. Mark, I've actually got I've got a relative who's a nurse, so we haven't got any problems getting any syringe I want. So I think you're right. I want a real thin volume one. Very, like a 1 mil. Yeah, definitely. I shouldn't have a problem getting that. So, resin car crash coming. Well, it'll be an expensive paperweight, Julian. Now, I've been working on the light bleed for the Enterprise, and I was going to do it as a standalone. Video with Mike Lane's decals. This is Mike Lane's decals. These are the rub-on transfers for the lifeboats for the Enterprise, and I was going to do a video this week for it, but the way things are working out at the moment, I'm going to have to move this till next week. But he does do a vinyl version of this as well. So these ones for 500, I believe, this is just one page, 500 on there. I think they're about £110. I think the vinyl ones, which are stickers, are about 25, I think. But I will demonstrate how these work, and I was going to mix it up with how I'm doing the light bleed. Now I'm going to show you a video right now of what I did today with the light bleed. You know, I was going to do this as a separate video, but because I have the lifeboat hatch transfers for the Star Trek Enterprise D build, I'm going to do that as a separate video. I'm going to do this as part of the live stream tonight. But we've had a problem where people keep saying there's light bleed, and there's different solutions of what you're going to do with light bleed. Some people have been like, I don't know, painting it out, putting some sort of filler in there, using insulating tape, cutting that and all of that. Well, the fix that I've got is using something called Plastidip, or this is a generic version of something called liquid tape. And this is exactly like insulating tape, except you paint it on. These are in my Amazon store, so I have put a link down here, but they're always in the video description so you can follow it. So I'm just going to show you how I apply it and what the difference is. So the before picture, once again, just to show you, looks like that. And I've put little red squares around every bit of light bleed that I've got on there. And this stuff cures really quickly. So all you've got to do is just paint it on quite quickly. It doesn't matter being neat about it. Just put it all around the edges. Every area where it's touching another piece, just to reinforce that, because when it dries it's going to keep it in place anyway. And then once that's all done, let it dry. It takes about 5 minutes to dry, and as you can see from this picture, there's no light bleed. It's dead simple. Really good stuff this is. Does smell a little bit, but and you make sure to keep the lid on because it will cure ultra fast. But that's all you do, and I'm sure you'll agree the light bleed problem is no more. So every time that I do that, if I do see some light bleed in the Enterprise, I will be touching that on. But I'm not going to say I'm doing it in every video, which is why I wanted to just share that with you on this live stream. So there you go. That was the light bleed video. So this stuff is, we called it a Plasti Dip. They sent me a generic one, Lou Dalmasso. You did mention, I think it was called liquid tape. Well, this actually says liquid tape on the bottle. And it does exactly what it says. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes to cure, which at the end of that video, you saw it picked up one of the lifeboats. So you need to be a bit quicker than I was putting that on. But I was filming at the time as well. So I was trying to make sure the camera angles were right. Really good stuff. This is going to last forever, but it gets rid of any light bleed. You only need one coat as well, and it's basically sealed the whole thing, no problems at all. So all good. Right, it's 20 past. Let's have a look at this poll. So in the poll, we have got show results. Oh God, I'm building the Ecto 1 again tomorrow then. 43.33% of the people say we should do the Ecto 1 with 26 votes. The Spitfire 16, the Eleanor 13, the Peugeot 6. So people, I'll be doing the Ecto issue 23 tomorrow. Oh, that means I'm going to have to get up earlier. You love the liquid tape. It's great. It's great. I have used it before for light bleed, but you know what? I forgot all about it, James. And it wasn't until I saw someone's picture on Facebook where they had meticulously cut loads of insulating tape, or it might have been like a black duct tape, and put it neatly over everything. I thought, liquid tape, that would do the same job. So it's a stapling in your modelling toolbox. I completely forgot about it. It's not cheap though. I think this was $15.99 for this bottle. Was it $15.99 or was it £7? Hang on. I don't want to give you wrong information. Let me have a look at my Amazon orders. I put it in the Amazon store anyway, so if you want to get it... No, it's £15.94, so it is expensive. And I've also done it in the US Amazon store as well. They've got one in there. So... You're very disappointed with a Terminator back at head. I've heard about this. It's totally different colour and doesn't fit very well. I've heard about the fit as well. Now, I haven't received mine yet, Graham. But I said, I was mentioning it in the last live stream, that in the prototype you had a switch at the side that you could turn it on and off and then operate through the remote, but you haven't got that with this one. So I'm guessing it's in always on mode until you either open the back of the neck and turn it on. I don't know. But when I see it, we'll see it. Like Ecto, Ecto, Ecto. Sounds like a rave to me. But yes, I will be doing the Ecto. Let me think. That's going to be we're still working on the doors, aren't we? So I'll be doing the doors. So you think you're going to buy the rub-on transfers? I won't mind the price. Well, I did try and show on Tuesday how detailed these things are. I mean, I can't see them with my normal eyesight, I tell you. But if I get that, try and hold it still, every single one of these has got a separate number. It starts from, well, I don't know, number 1 up there and goes all the way down to 500 at the bottom. And it is just a case of putting them on. There is a backing on this, so once you've done one, you have to put it back on the backing, otherwise it'll be sticking everywhere. Rubbing it with a pencil and put it on. Now, because we've only done, how many lifeboats we've done so far? 18? Something like that? It's not going to be too much of a job by doing it as we go along. But if you're one of those people that like to wait till you get everything and then build it all in one go, can you imagine sitting there for a whole day rubbing 500 transfers on? Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Is it possible to get... I don't give my phone number out, Andy. Because of problems I have with the DeLorean. Andy, I answer email and all the time, Andy. So if you send me an email at wayne@worldofwayne.co.uk, I answer all email. In fact, TJ, if you're watching this tonight in America, because I had so much to say, I actually just made him a video, a personal video, so I can explain how things with Arduinos work. But yeah, I'll always ask you, so... You're about to tell me, Dr. Mark, that I could have got that cheaper, aren't you? Finally finished my Super Snake with a great custom base and 3D metal logo from... Oh, AliExpress you got the metal logo from. I haven't shopped on that site, but I've heard it's pretty cool. I need to go and look that out. It just takes a long time to come and be delivered, doesn't it, Dr. Mark? Or does it? I don't know. I don't really know much about it, that site. But I heard it's good for electrics. I believe, Ian, you've used them, haven't you? You've had the same bottle for the past 15 years. Is that how long it's lasted? Well, I can tell you this is going to last forever. You saw me putting that on. Look, the brush that it comes in, because it comes with a brush, is a big thick one. It looks like a what do they call it? They do the roads, bitumen, something like that. It looks like that, and it smells like that. It's got a real potent smell. Wow, that's oh god, you know, oh that stung my that smells like the whiteboard markers or a permanent marker. Wow. Every time you look at your Spitfire, you keep wondering how you're going to fit the cockpit. Mine I haven't touched, but I do have the next 4 issues here. As a matter of fact, let me just have a check, because I sent Mrs. World Away now yesterday to get them. So I have now got 55, 56, 57 and 58 to do. Now I sent the same ones to my brother in Canada. Michael, if you're still watching this, and you've received them, so you are actually ahead of me now. But I have got 59, 60, 61 and 62 due any day now. So, can you believe that? We're up to issue 62 of the Spitfire, so we've only got 38 more to do, the plane. That's done. People do say at the start of these builds, I'm not waiting 2 years to do these, or 2.5 years, but they go by in a blink. I can't believe we're well over halfway for the Ecto 1. Where did that time go? Oh, you can get it at Home Depot. We haven't got none of our shops here, our DIY shops have got it. Not I've seen anyway. But I bet you the local hobby stores probably would. So, hello Mike. How's it going? It does react with what you find is, that's why it's so potent, that you've got the little button on top here. And I suppose it's expired when that goes weird. I don't know. But I will keep my eye open for it, because when I use it, I've just taken a little bit out and sealed it straight away. But I thought I was being quite clever, Chris, getting that, but it seems like everyone's been using it. So. Liquid masking fluid is also great for masking off in model making, masking when airbrushing for doing artwork, but also good for model making. What's that sort of stuff like mitochondrial when you take it off? Is it tacky enough to take the paint off with it? Because if you saw my... I don't know if you're a Patreon. On my Patreon, when I did the DC3, we were doing the propeller. That's why I've done it again today. Took the masking tape off, and it peeled half the paint off a little bit. I think, Lou, you had the problem with the ET spaceship doing the same thing. And this was low tack masking tape. So in the end, I've just painted everything by hand. I didn't even want to risk any tape on it. I mean, there's some metals that just don't want to take primer or anything. And what I did today, I've got some wire wool. And I wanted to get the old paint off the propeller anyway. So I thought I'd rough it up a bit anyway to give it a good base to stick to. But it's not sticking. It's given a lovely coat. But if I was to scratch it, I could scratch it with my thumb. So I just think some materials just aren't meant for painting. You started a new Lego Ecto 1 on my channel. It's great. I haven't seen it. I will have to see it. Is it big? Is it as big as what we're building, Chris? You should have done the Dodge. The Dodge will be next week. It just means things will get moved back into next week, Kevin. The Jaws build is definitely... I wanted to get a Jaws build out every week. So there's going to be a Jaws video either Saturday or Sunday. I don't normally release videos at the weekend, but I will this time. Phil's released his video where he's done the base. He's already done his resin pour. And I believe he was going to start his resin pour last week. But I think... well, I don't know where he is for that at the moment. So we will see. That's a nice name, Salty Trickster. I like that. Over on Twitch. Thank you for following. Why are you using the lifeboat stickers? Because why am I using them? Because it's detail, isn't it? It's detail. I've been sent them, and why not? Why not? So, as a matter of fact, if you look at the Facebook groups, Blaine, the amount of discussion just for those little tiny stickers is unbelievable. There's like over 100 comments on that thread. Pretty crazy. I'm also pretty good at answering. Yeah, I try and answer every single message I get, which means normally I'm sitting up in the morning at 6 o'clock and you're going to get a message from me at some weird hour of the night if you're abroad. But yeah, it's I'm very chatty. I'm very active on social media. AliExpress, is it... sorry, I'm asking so many questions because I've only heard about it from, I think, Ian and stuff. Is it Bex uses it, and a lot of stuff she's gotten in 2 days or 2 weeks really varies. What's the quality like? Is it like Wish quality where they promise the earth and give you like, I don't know, something that ain't the earth? That's for sure. Looks like contact cement. But I'll tell you what, that Michael is still lingering in my nose. That smell. I shouldn't have inhaled it like that. Do not do that. Do not inhale it. Would you need to existing paint off the lifeboat first, or do you put the transfers over them and paint them all? Well, the transfers are clear, Lou. So it's a good question, because let me have a think about this. I'm just gonna look at one of these for a second, because my eyesight is terrible. Right, on the lifeboats, I haven't got one here. There is a line on the lifeboats. If we rub this over the top of them, I think we're going to get 2 lines. I don't know. Let's have a look at Mike Lane's. Stand by. He's got the instructions online, you see. I just want to see what's happening there. The mods. Right, lifeboat hatch transfers. I think Mike has just put them directly on. Rub on transfers. Yep, so I've got them here. Yeah, he's just putting them straight over the top. Although, oh, I can't really tell from the picture. It doesn't say that you need to. It's a good question, Lou. I'll have to get back to you. I don't know the answer. I do not know the answer. But Mike Lane's website has got some really close-up images on there. I am worried that one of the details that we've got on those lifeboats is also on this transfer here. So it might duplicate them. Or these are coloured. So anything that's underneath that's going to be hidden anyway. I'm sure there's spares in there, so I can give it a go. Don't know. But I was hoping to do that this week. I just haven't had a chance. I thought, well, I'd rather sort out the light bleed. But it's best to do one and see how it turns out. One that no one's going to see. The dodgy lifeboat that no one wants to go in. Where's the best place to learn to do LEDs? I'm good at painting. I'm absolutely rubbish when it comes down to electrics. I need help. Well, I mentioned to TJ about the Arduino. If you look at the channel Paul McWhorter in YouTube, he'll teach you about doing Arduino. If you want to just link LEDs together, then quite simply what I do is I use a program called, let me get you a link, 1 second, LED calculator I think it is, and you just say how many LEDs you want. There we go. It's LED calculator on there, how many LEDs you want, and it will tell you how to wire them up, and it will give you a circuit diagram. It will tell you how to wire them up and what resistor you'll need to put in there. All you've got to tell it is how many volts you want to put in it and what the voltage are of the LEDs. But most LEDs are exactly the same volt, so it gives you a drop down box of what colour your LEDs are. But there you go. It's chucking it down outside. I've got the French windows open, so I can't hear anything. You still have an original bottle of Future Floor Wax before they were bought out by Pledge. Oh my god. I'm sure my mum's got a bottle of Jif under the sink, JIF, before they changed it to CIF, CIF. Wayne, 57 and 58 are really fiddly on the Spitfire. What are we doing? We're doing the a frame for the fuselage and screws. No, we're doing sections of wing flaps, hinges, connecting parts and screws. I mean, the last 3 or 4 episodes of the Spitfire have been live, so it'd be nice to do one that's not live, I think. I'll have to think what we're doing for the live stream. I've got no X-Wings. I haven't even called them yet to find out where my X-Wings are. The room looks really great with all the cars. Well, we've got 2 completed ones, and the rest, as you see, are in bits at the moment while we build them. The problem is, when things start to get completed and they do go on the shelves behind me, where am I going to put all the working models? Because believe me, there's nowhere in this house that I can store them. So I'm trying not to think about it at the moment, but I'm going to need to sooner or later. Tony, MikeLaneMods.com. I don't think, I'll tell you what, I'll put a link up. Hang on. Mike Lane Mods. www.MikeLaneMods.com. Will this work? There we go. Look, there's the link for you. Mike Lane Mods. Anything that needs decals or graphic work or something like that, he's your man to go to. Mike also does all the carpets for the Ecto 1 and the trim and the DeLorean. Loads of things on his site there. Yes, show the love. Daniel Goldman's got a new YouTube channel. Look, the link's there in chat. So, hello, Gavin Fry. How the devil are you? It's been a while. I hope you're okay, sir. It's been a very long while. We're all good here. We're breathing fumes from paint strip, from filler tape. Don't do that. Seriously, it's stinging my nose still. Could you use Etch primer for metal? Well, the primer I was using wasn't working. It's stuck, and it's done a brilliant paint layer on it, and it looks good now. And I'm sealing it with a matte varnish. But for I wouldn't want to put masking tape on it at all. Mike Biswell, you've started on the Enterprise D build. You love it. You're a big Star Trek fan. I've got a lot of mint on car figures for the next generation. Wow. I'm one of these people that had loads of the original Kenner Star Wars figures. I had some on card. Most of them weren't, but they were bagged with their original weapons in absolutely brilliant order, and I gave them away. Back in it must have been the late 80s, early 90s. I gave them away. What an idiot. And that was with the Power of the Force figures as well. So you had things like Yak Face and Anakin Skywalker and stuff like that. Sometimes I make stupid decisions, I'm telling you. Boating shops sell sick liquid. Oh, really? I live so far from any sea, Ian. That's probably why I don't know that. But to say, I used to be an Essex boy living near Southend, so I should have known that. Alibaba too is quite good. Never tried them. Never tried them. You're going to get me searching. I don't want to get Mrs. Welder-Wayne on that, because you know what she's going to be like. She spends too much money on Doll's House books and Doll's House bits and books anyway. I've had another 2 books appear today. Or this week. Another one today. Richard Turnbull, you're only down the road in Ipswich. What's up? I haven't been to Ipswich in ages. I used to run the Blockbuster store in Ipswich, Richard, for a little while. Those were the days. Jacob, you got a Czech edition of the Bismarck finally. It's a little bit different. We have only 120 issues. It'll be weekly since issue 6, and I checked the whole parts. Only 120? What are they doing? Buddying up some issues or something? They need to, because some of the issues on the Bismarck were, like sticker on the motor. The problem is, if you saw my video this week, the Bismarck 106, that took 1 hour 20 minutes to film. I managed to get the edit down to 21 minutes. But how am I going to do that when I have to do it as part of 12 stages for Agora models when they get near issue 100? I don't know. It will either be a very long video or I'm going to have to split the packs down. But we'll have to see. But thank you for the feedback. I keep saying it again about should I do packs or individuals. It's working a treat because people can now just skip through where they want on the chapter and it tells them what stage I'm working on. And it's better for me because I'm actually starting to get through things. I mean, at the moment I've got the Ironman again, which I can't build because I'm waiting for issue 11 onwards. And they've sent me issue 1 and 2 again, so that's going to be a giveaway. Just so you know, on Tuesday we're going to start the Peugeot giveaway, which is only open to people in the UK, unfortunately. But I think it's the first 10 or 11 boxes of that, and all the free gifts, which is the cap and the Ferrari keyring and stuff, that'll be open to residents in the UK. And the good thing is the box is so big, I will be delivering it personally to you, so it's an excuse for me and Mrs. Welder-Wayne to get around the country. But I'll give you details of that on Tuesday. But I have got the Ironman giveaway to do still. I've got the Dodge Charger to do, 4 issues. I've got the Eleanor down here to do. I've got 4 issues of that. I've got 3 issues still of the Peugeot 205 there. I've got 5 issues of the Ferrari F40 there. I've got the Victory outside where I've got pack 3, and then I've got like 2 pack 4s. No, 2 pack 6s, no pack 4s. Were the lifeboats on your light bleed video? Yes, that's what we were looking at, David. I don't know if I've still got a picture of them. I probably wouldn't. No, watch it on demand. You'll see the lifeboats. I got your sprue cutters off the Amazon. They are amazing. They are good, although, these have lasted ages, these ones. The last ones I had, I decided to cut some metal, which you shouldn't really do with them, and it broke one of the teeth off there. But they do the job. I think the tool of preference is definitely the Duckbill Pliers here. These are in the Amazon store, but for bending those photo etch parts are brilliant, because obviously you've got the straight edge here, you've got a curve edge here if you need it, obviously a straight edge there. There's straight edges all over the place. And if it's really minuscule, then when I did the Metal Earth moulds, I got these tiny flat nose pliers as well. These are a lot smaller. These are for jewelers, really, for bending small things around as well. But Svi, I took your advice, if you're in chat still, and look, I got the tattoo artist paint pot, so I'm using this to mix paint and wood glue and God knows what else. Got 300 of these for $6.99. They've worked an absolute treat, because if you remember, I had shot glasses, but I was barely filling up the bottom of them for the airbrush. Wayne, the cable for the lower flaps is like a twisted cotton. It's not metal, which I think is a little letdown. Really? I haven't tried etching primer, John. I might have to have a look at that. The transfers that you just saw there were from Mike Lane. I did put the link up, Ken. It's MikeLaneMods.com. I heard that they're up in Blackpool Way doing the... is it Blackpool? Cleveley's? Where's Cleveley's? I should know this, shouldn't I? It sounds like a Blackpool-y sort of place. I'm going to check. Because you've got me. Cleveley's. Yeah, it is. It's Blackpool Way. Hey, God, that was a good guess, wasn't it? I've been up there, Fleetwood Joe. I've told you before. I was at the Norbrook Castle. What a haunted place that is. Hi Wayne, you're up to issue 70 of the Ecto 1. When you put the two half of the body together, was your flush as mine isn't? Worried that I'm gonna everything at the moment, Christopher, is flush, but I will tell you things that aren't right with it. Up here is actually this side right at the front where that wing meets the plastic trim of the fender. They don't go completely flat together, so you can see some of the pegs just slightly for a gap about that big. Now the good thing is that I can actually just bend that up and it hides it. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put a clamp on it, then get Mrs. Welterwayne's hairdryer on it, and then just leave it, and it will mould itself into that way. Other than that, the fender's completely flush, but you have got that gap just there. Hello Red City, how's it going? Sorry you're late to the show. Any news on the Hachette Terminator subscription? I believe it's out next week for Agora, and everyone's started to get 107, so I think it's going to be plain sailing onwards. I think people have got issue 108 as well now, actually, Red City. But you are starting to build the base. So basically you've got the spotlights coming, you'll have the speakers, you're building the skull, I think, for the base. It seems like the base is being spread over a lot of parts. But can you believe, like, there's only like 10 issues to go and the Terminator's done? With issue 107, the Terminator is done. You're making everything that's going around it. Yeah, it does look like Mike's rubbing them over the top, doesn't it? I will try one and we'll see what happens. That's the whole point of doing the video. It's a beautiful sunset in Cornwall. Oh, Chris, I wish I was down there at the moment, I'll tell you. But I don't think I've ever been to Cornwall. I said Paynton is as nearest I've got there, Devon Way. That'd be a novelty. I need to know why all of these holiday makers want to go to Cornwall. But I heard the road system isn't all that good getting down there. Especially the road that goes past Stonehenge. What's that? The 303, isn't it? That's still a nightmare, even though they've opened things up and moved things around. I heard they're building an underpass, is that right? But I think that's the only thing that puts me off. When I went to Minehead, I think we went down the M5. I don't know. The traffic's all screwed up down that way. You can't find the liquid masking tape in my Amazon store. It's definitely there in the Model Builders Emporium. Tony, I'm just going to double check myself now. Where are you based, Tony? Are you in the US or the UK? If you're in the UK, it's definitely on there because I'm looking at it now. It just says liquid tape. If you're in the US, if you're in any country apart from that, it won't be in there because I've only got a US and a UK store. Yeah, liquid electrical tape. It's in the Model Builders Emporium on the US site as well. You got yours for $8.99 from eBay. It's an artist masking fluid for painting artwork, but it works really good. I mask every screw and nut on my 1 scale T800 hand, then spray with grey primer. That's a good price. Hi, how's Jaws coming along, buddy? It's going good. We're going to be doing the test pour tomorrow, so that's good. I need to... oh, this is full of clay, by the way. I just need to bond that in there with some silicone. Not silicone. I'm going to use some sort of glue, because I don't want that to weigh down and the shark to float up. So, but it's a complete block of clay to stop that floating around. But where the clay's gone a little bit shrunk, because it's air dry clay, it's obviously become loose. So I will get that glued in there before I do that. Yes, it is supplied by Plastidip. They actually gave me a brochure, this Plastidip people. They had to change the name of Jif to Sif, as people were mixing up with the plastic lemon and squirting it on their pancakes. Really? Oh my God. I thought it was a European thing. Hello Ian, how's sunny Scotland? I've heard you've been having rain up there at the moment. Not rain, snow. We're supposed to be having snow in the UK this week. It's like the middle of spring coming into summer and we're getting snow. What's that all about? I may want to check. Yeah, Evan Designs is a good place, but Evan Designs now, aren't they? They're based in the US though, aren't they, James? So do they send to the UK? I don't know. I know Phil Spruverse uses them. Where am I going to put the Spitfire, Dave? No idea. Although my dad and my brother-in-law both want it, so it might end up in their house. Hello, Revo Dave. I haven't seen you for a while. You heard filler tape causes hair to fall out. I'll tell you what, it's potent stuff. It just says extremely flammable liquid and vapor. Yeah, I should have read this, shouldn't I? Vapors may cause flash fire. Anyone curious about spontaneous human combustion? This is probably why. Harmful or fatal was swallowed. That's not good. And then it's all of that in a foreign language. Wow. Yeah, it's wow. I should have read the warning labels before I went sniffing it. Oh dear. You had all the original 76 figures. I ended up selling them about 10 years ago. 5,000. Oh my God, James. Yeah, I gave mine away. I think the hardest figure to get, I had Yoda with the snake, but I didn't have the cane. The Yoda with the snake came with two options, and also Princess Leia in the white. You had the vinyl top, and you also had a cloth one as well. Trying to think the hardest figure. Yak Face, I think, was the hardest one that I had. The Power of the Force figure, the one that's got like the camel head. Thank you, Robo Samurai. I do love that name. That is so cool. Oh, hello, Phil. How's it going? Look, Phil. Look, we're ready for the resin test. Look, we're ready to go. Everything's lined up, ready to go. Should be fun. Gonna do some of that tomorrow. So I'll email you if I have a nightmare. Apparently, yeah, I heard about this. There's a great white heading towards the UK. Across the Atlantic being tracked. The problem is in the UK, the water's far too cold for them, so it'll probably die before they get it. I tried to find out why don't we have great whites in things like SeaWorld and stuff like that, and apparently they used to, but I think the longest surviving great white in captivity was about 180 days. For some reason they just don't survive, so that's why they're not in captivity. Because, like, you know, since young Phil here got me onto Jaws, I've not only been watching the film about 100 times, finding every bit of literature I can on it. I was even sad enough to order for rent off the Skybox Jaws 2. So me and Mrs. Welderway were watching Jaws 2. You know what? It hasn't aged well at all, Jaws 2. Jaws 2 was the first film ever that I watched on my first video player. I got a Betamax video recorder, and we got two films out. We got Jaws 2 and Dressed to Kill with Michael Caine. But Jaws 2, I'm telling you, it's it's so, oh, it's corny. It's like Jaws crossed with Friday the 13th. But I do understand there was a lot of problems on set with Roy Scheider and the director, and you know, it's one of these films that were, if you do this, we'll let you off your contract for another 2 and stuff. But oh dear, and then going on from there, Jaws 3. Well, didn't that have Lou Gossett Jr. in? I haven't watched that in ages either, and I still haven't seen Jaws: The Revenge. What was Michael Caine thinking? Don't go into the resin. That's going to be just when you thought it was safe to do another pour. Marathon was changed to Snickers. Yes, it was, and I think they're changing it back. They do them for promotion sometimes. I mean, why did Opal Fruits get changed to Starburst? Everyone liked Opal Fruits. No spoilers. Oh, we can't wait to see this. I hope it's going well, Phil. I think the challenge I've got for the test pour tomorrow is that I'm going to be pouring it into this. The shark goes up to there. I don't want to pour resin from here and let it dribble all the way in there. So I either put it at an angle and pour it in, and then put it straight, which means it's probably going to be on the glass and I'll have to get it off. Or I've got this. Hang on. Stand by. I've got... where are we? Nope. I can't find... Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, there it is. And I've just dropped my microphone. Stand by. I got this. So I could put this in and just dribble the resin down there. Obviously without... I've got one of these without the holes in it. But that's all I can think to do at the moment. But this is all part of the fun. But I've definitely got to fill the shark up. So a lot of that resin is going to be going inside the shark. Nicholas, you had all the Kenner figures as well. They got sold while I was at school one day. Makes me sad still today. That's not good. I mean, ship-wise, I had the AT-AT, ATST, the Falcon, X-Wing. I had the B-Wing fighter, which was brilliant. It had like a gyroscopic sort of cockpit, so no matter where you turned it, it used to turn on its own. A snow speeder. I think that was it. Oh, and I think we all had speeder bikes, which were in various bits and pieces around the house, because, you know, once you've blown them up, bits go missing everywhere. God knows how long their guns lasted for and lightsabers, because they were lost in the first couple of days normally. Damn useful, those ink caps. They're brilliant. These are actually the large ones, Svi. These are the largest you can get. So, you know, if you're ordering the small ones, or if you use the small ones, they must be tiny. But that's good. The way I'm talking, your doubt it will be tonight. What's that? What will not be tonight? I won't be doing the resin pour tonight. That's tomorrow. And that's going to last me through the weekend, hopefully. Wait a minute. 2014. Oh my God, I'm 10 minutes behind. I'm sorry. I've been yabbering on again. Tiptree, I was there when you were 6. Yeah, she wants me to take her to some emporium there, Phil, which has got loads of doll's house bits. In other words, I'm going to be skint when I go there. She has this amazing... I don't know if it's women in general or if it's just Mrs. Rhoda Wayne, but she has this amazing ability to spend money. Did I know the Millennium Falcon was built in Pembrokeshire in Wales? No, I didn't know that. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Sorry I missed your comment. As always, great content, always helpful to bills. Thank you, Wayne. No problems, Ryan. I've been enjoying it this week. Do you know, there's a couple of things that I need to tell you about the channel, which I think you'll find quite interesting. This week, I don't know again what's happened this week, but we've had... Oh, thank you, TJ. I really appreciate it. I've just been talking about you in chat. That's really appreciative. You throw me. Every time someone does that, I get thrown. In the last 7 days... In 48-hour block periods, we've had 55,000 views every 48 hours, which I've never had on the channel, which is amazing. So that's all thanks to you. And the other thing, which is so embarrassing to say this, but you've all missed the trick. And the trick that you've missed is that the patrons will know about it, but sometimes when my son Riley comes on and he does... his videos or he's watching YouTube, he puts himself on his YouTube account, and sometimes I accidentally upload a video to his account. So when I'm doing Patreon streams and stuff, it's gone onto his account, which is not a big problem. What I didn't realise that he didn't show me the other day is when I'm doing my standalone videos, if I've pressed start recording but missed it and put start streaming, it's been streaming to Riley's channel. And some of the things that were live on YouTube, oh God, I was singing, I was scratching myself. I was doing all sorts of things. I couldn't believe they were live. They're not there now. But how embarrassing is that? He's like, Dad, you're singing a song about sand. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, you're singing a song about sand. So I went to watch this video, horrified, looking like this, going, you got to delete it. I'm singing Mr. Sandman. Bring me a dream. Norbrook Castle is known as the Norbrook Prison. It's got a big ballroom. You hope you win the Peugeot. Wait till you hit the A30 during the last bit outside house going to... Oh my God. Does anyone live on the M6 near Stafford? Have they fixed those roadworks yet? Because last year that was a living nightmare. You used to see the underpass where the A19 meets the 1058. Some of these roads are terrible. George Adams was mauled by lions in the 70s. Really? Didn't one of the Vegas entertainers, I think they're dead now actually, Siegfried and Roy, one of them got mauled as well, didn't they? Don't play with lions. That's your lesson for today. Yes, Wayne, it was a European thing. I was having a joke because I just can't understand why they did that, nor why they changed Marathon to Snickers. The problem with doing branding, you spend all that money making your brand and then change the name. All that money's wasted, isn't it? So, I don't know. Hello, Wayne. My Terminator eye light up. Okay. They should do. Or you're saying it doesn't. I haven't got to that stage yet, so I don't know. Oh, no, good. So did you get that video okay, TJ? I hope it's understanding, but if you want to learn, that Paul McWhorter is definitely the best. Just do a search, everyone else, if you want to learn about the Arduinos. But I have added every individual section to the US Amazon store about the Arduinos. A lot of people are worried about the Nanos. The Nanos are exactly the same as the boards that I've been using, except you have to solder the power supply, and that's it. And they're a lot smaller. You and your husband got very wet and housestoned in Blackburn picking up our 2 new kittens. Oh my God, where's Blackburn? Is that... see, I should know these locations. That sounds like a Manchester way sort of thing. Great whites are territorial and can't handle captivity. Yeah, I was reading about it. I was shocked that they did try it, though. That they tried to actually keep a great white in captivity. What a crazy world we live in. But you know what? It's whet my appetite, Phil. Because I said to Mrs. World Away, I wonder what it would cost to actually, you know, go out and do a shark cage dive. Because, I mean, as Daniel knows, look, I've actually got it here because I was showing Daniel. I am a padded certified diver. See? So, and Daniel Goldman is as well. So I'd love to go down and do some diving. That would be cool. Oh, hello, Paul. You've changed your name from Mitochondrial Journey. You have all the figures in the Millennium Falcon box, Mint TIE Fighter box, and the ATM. Wow. Auction side, that would be absolutely brilliant. They don't survive. The tank's too small and don't get enough oxygen to stay alive. Yeah, can you believe that they tried it though, Ian? It's the whole point that they tried to keep it in captivity. That's just mental. Pour it down a stick. Yeah, I think this idea is the way to go. So I am going to try that. I'm hoping it's as clear as your one. Phil on his Instagram channel, you had a block. I think you must have poured it in a bowl or something. That looked a great clear resin. So the problem with a funnel, I'd need a big long nose on it, because either way it's going to pour straight down. I have got a funnel as well. But well, we'll see. This is why we're trying these tests. God knows where that's going to end up. That's I don't know what the conversation was, Gary, but that sounds like whose skulls are you talking about? I like that. That suddenly went dark. That escalated quickly. I love that comment. Sam, you're seriously considering the R2D2. Would you recommend that for beginners with next to no experience? I see bad reviews. Yeah, R2D2 is brilliant. The only hard thing you're going to have with the R2D2 is the electrics, but I'm hoping in my new series that I'm doing with it, I am going to go into the electrics to make it not so worrying for new builders. But yeah, it's quite a simple build, that one. Yes, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I've been getting a lot of subscribers lately and a lot of new people are coming to the channel. So if that is you, thank you for joining me. And this is what I'm like in real life. That's why I do these Thursday streams. And everyone who's met me will know that I'm no different in real life. I just drink less rum in real life. I only do that on stream for some reasons. I will be still doing the Nano, Willie, and the reason that I can't really speculate on that is because I don't know what other electrics I'm going to need to do. So we've made a start with a beacon light, but as new things come, we'll have to see. But yeah, we will be doing the Peugeot 205, Edward, next week. It's a big old box, but I said it'll take you up to, I think, pack 10. Something like that. You'll have the free gifts, so you'd have to get in touch with IXO Collections to start your collection if you wanted to continue on with it from that one onwards. So I think that would be issue 40 onwards, something like that. It's in Lancashire. Thank you, Mrs. Rolderwayne. Robo Samurai. I keep saying that's such a cool name. You're building the DeLorean Enterprise deal on my channel, getting the good tips from you in Facebook groups. You're like Yoda. Yes. Yeah, that's where I learned all of what I know about Arduinos from Paul McWhorter. But start from number 1 and don't skip, because that's the way to do it. You're a paddy diver. Well, we all need to get together and go scuba diving. £3,000. Oh my God. Wow, look, how many divers have we got in chat? I need to get a new card. Look, it's broken. Look how young I look there. Look, you got my paddy number there now, but yeah, wow, we got quite a few divers in here. How cool is that? We all just want to be James Bond. That's all it is. Mrs. Wayne, you remember you said you wanted to go on a Nile cruise for your 50th? How would you like to go shark diving in Africa? Would you ever build the F-22 Raptor if they bring it out? Yes, I'd love to. I need to do more plane builds. I'm enjoying the Douglas, the DC-3. I'm enjoying the Spitfire. I'd like to build some sort of jet. I know that the Aristini got the MiG, but I don't know. I'd like you've got the SR-71. I've got to do that. I've got to do the SR-71, the Blackbird. That'd be absolutely brilliant. But I believe we're at the end of the stream. Look, it's 9 o'clock. That's gone quick again. These Thursday nights are going quick. So thanks to you peeps. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing issue 23 of the Ghostbusters Ecto-1, which means that's probably going to be out at midday. I'm not quite sure how much we've got to do because I haven't even looked at it. So when I look at it, I will get that done for you, and that video will be up tomorrow. In the meantime, if the Zero Fighter does come tomorrow, I will try my hardest to get it out in the evening. If I don't, it will be out the weekend. But we're definitely going to have the resin test Jaws build sometime over the weekend. Whether it goes good or bad, I will show you the results. And I'll probably have less hair than I've got at the moment. But thank you all for joining me tonight, and I will see you tomorrow and on the live stream next Tuesday. Take care.